Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to the grind. Good morning to the grind. Man, it's another day. It's Friday. It's Friday again. So those of us who work, earn, it's payday, right? Some. Payday every day for some. What kind of day is it for you? We get a chance. So good morning to you this morning. This is the Grindology101 Podcast. I'm your guy, KeJohnna Owens. We believe that the work is what must be applied to match that level of our faith. So this morning we get to thank God for another day, another opportunity to pursue with passion and persistency what we want in our lives. We get to decide. We're talking about a winning mentality today. Winning mentality. What's the winning mentality? I think the winning mentality is the mentality that says, you know what? I'll get up a little bit earlier. I'll stay up a little bit later. I'm going to watch that game film and make myself a little bit better than I was yesterday. I didn't do as well last week as I thought I could do. I didn't do as well last year as I thought I could do. I haven't done as well in my life as I thought I could do. But my life is not over. I still have a chance and I get to. And you know what? Every day, we get to work on what we want in our lives. We get to decide. We don't have to. We aren't forced to. You're on your way to work. You're on your way to somewhere you don't want to go. You're doing something you don't want to do. You get to decide that I'm not going to do that anymore. We get to. That's free will. That's what an amazing gift of God that we get to. And that's an amazing thing right there. So we're talking about the winning mentality. But what's the winning mentality in you? Not him or them, in you. Do you have that winning mentality? Do you have that tenacity? That new position that's coming open for you at your job that's going to take a little bit more of yourself to get. Maybe they don't even count you in the number to get that position. But what's the mentality for you to say, you know what, I'm going to get that position. I'm going to have that job. I'm going to take control of this opportunity. I'm going to put myself and my family in position to where I want them to be, or whatever that might be to you. Everybody's got their own design. You watch these videos, they show these luxurious homes, luxurious cars, fabulous lifestyle, and people click and people buy. But at the end of the day, it's going to come back to you. Are you willing to do the work that it takes? So applying the level of your work to match the level of your faith. If the level of your faith says, you could get that job, apply the level of your faith to get that job. But if the level of your faith says, you know what, not only can I get that job, man, I could take over this company. Not only can I get that job, I could bring a value to the company that brings, I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to all of us to decide what we want in our lives, and we get to pursue that. That's the amazing part of it. So I believe that all things are possible. I believe that we can turn our lives around on the drop of a dime. We could become someone that someone wouldn't even believe you were another person at any other time in your life. That is the God that we have, the God of change. So let's talk about that winning mentality today. And I'm going to have a special guest on this morning a little bit later. I call him the DNA of the grind. Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens will be on with me. So that's a tip and a hint and a clue to stay tuned. We're going to get some of that amazing wisdom that I've been able to receive, as from the beginning, from the roots. So let's talk about that winning mentality. What is it in you that the winning mentality says? What is it in you that, I'm not going to just be at the table. In the room, I'm going to take a seat at the table. And I heard somebody say they're not going to just take a seat at the table. They're going to take over the table. So who are you? Let's talk about it.
Let me introduce you to the concept of success. Ben Franklin was a pretty smart guy, and I want to start with a quote by him. If you do tomorrow what you did today, you will get tomorrow what you got today. You want to know what that means? The average American makes between 3 and 5% more each year. That's the deal. And in today's economy, I'm not sure we're going to make the 3 to 4 to 5% next year as employees. So it takes you 20 years to double your income in America as an average person. That's the mediocrity that we're stuck in life. And then you meet people who have the uncanny ability to double their income in a year, to get promoted 5 times in a year. The ones that beat the system, the ones that conquer it. You've all seen them, haven't you? The difference between them and the ones that don't do that is that they wake up in the morning and they think differently. They understand that if I do tomorrow what I did today, I'm going to get tomorrow what I got today. You want a bigger car? How about a nice house in Tahiti? Sure, would you love a nice house in the hills? We all want better things, don't we? We all want more friends, more stuff, more money, more security, more travel, more enjoyment. If you do the same thing tomorrow that you did today, you're stuck. Stuck. And it doesn't change. And it grows a little at a time. And you get a taste of success. But it's never fast enough. It never excites you. And when it does, it's a good month, or a good 2 months, or a good 3 months, but it doesn't provide a trajectory that creates success. So the first thing I want you to think about today is I want you to wake up tomorrow and do something different. And understand if you do the same damn thing, you're stuck. Just because you did it a certain way yesterday, there's no reason to do it that way today.
You wake up in the morning, you're failing. So you blame the president, you blame Congress, you blame Greece, blame the euro. I mean, construction industry, it's the mayor, it's the... And you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're not failing because it's the other guy's fault or it's the economy's fault. But if you looked in the mirror and said, I'm failing because of me, you wouldn't like it and you change that. And I believe the common denominator of failure in any business is excuses.
Why are you failing? You never say because of me. Oh, it's the competition. It's the economy. It's the president. It's Congress. If you wake up tomorrow morning and blame your failure on someone or something else, you have no reason to change, do you? It's that son of a fault. Son of a gun! I did everything I could. But if you woke up in the morning and looked in the mirror and said, I am failing because of me, the decisions that I make, the energy I put in, I'm not passing the blame. If you look in the mirror tomorrow and say that, you will change. Because nobody likes thinking of themselves as a failure. How often does that happen to us in our day-to-day lives? Family, the biggest excuse of all. Time. Every one of those excuses was bullshit, wasn't it? Think about it. Every single one. At the end of the day, winners win.
But as long as you don't put it on you, you have no motivation to change it. So in short, if you own your failure, you'll own your success. If you don't own your failure, you'll never dig out. And I find that in any business. Always the common denominator of failure, personally, is excuses. You don't want to be a failure, do you?
Who's not excited and fired up after, who wants to be a failure? It's not about being a failure. It's about being afraid to lose. That's failing right there to me. You just got to get out there. You never know what you can achieve. You never know what you can do with your life. We babe in the word moment again, right? Babe in the word. Faith of the mustard seed. Faith of the mustard seed. Looking for that key to a door that has no lock. Turn the knob. Meet the people. Say what you need to say. You can find yourself in a room that embraces you, endorses you, and celebrates you simply because you came in the room. But first, you got to go in the room. That's one of the first tenets right there. And this morning, honored to have this amazing young man on this morning. Happens to be my father. Happens to be the reason why I get to be here today. And absolutely a principle and a pillar in my life of what the application to having a winning mentality, takes from the beginning. So we're flowers while they're alive. We get to bring on my guy, my main man, Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens. Good morning to you, sir.
Well, good morning to you, sir. How were you this morning? Sound good already.
Fired up, ready to share, bring valuable content, encouragement to others, been having those tendencies since, I guess, since you brought me into this world there, sir. So salute to you and around the world, man. Give flowers while you're alive, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Salute to you as well. I want to say that the last podcast that I listened to, which was yesterday, was absolutely amazing, right on point, very clear, great understanding, and I appreciate it. I shared it with several different people that I know that could get some value out of what you bring to the table.
Well, sir, I thank you for that. There's something in me that says, when you've been through some things, you've gotten through some things, that's the main thing, getting through some things, right? Gotten through, mentality, whatever we face. And it's just something about me that we must share content, information, positivity, creativity with others, and hopefully inspire, encourage others to step out there and do whatever it takes. So I know you're out there, let's tell people about you. I'm excited. You're my dad, my business partner, my brother. We have some amazing conversations and just that journey of fatherhood and son and that nurturing environment and that history. Today, do you see father and sons really working together in business? So since we're talking, and I think we can make an impact with that, fathers and sons that are, even to communicate. What do you think about that kind of, work?
Not as many that it can be. I'm not going to say should be, because should is projecting something that's supposed to be happening, but it can happen. See, we get to enjoy the relationship in terms of man to man and father to son, and it starts at a very early age. And I think that's in the fact of guidance, not necessarily saying what to do, but doing what needs to be done so it could be seen as the progress. I've enjoyed the opportunity. I know at one time, you said, well, like, hey, I want to go on this trip and go here and relax and enjoy life because of, some numbers that I may have being on this earth. But I said the most gratifying scenario for me, if you're talking about what my happiness is working with you and developing the legacy, because in order to really develop a dynasty, you got to develop the self, you got to develop the next generation, and then you have to, because legacy turns into dynasty, and that's when the power is there. Some families in America have come in and their next generation became dynasty immediately because of the interaction of capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
The and things. See, you cannot. There is no blame, but there is some understanding of why we're in the situation we're in. And if I can, I'd like to read at least the next first couple of paragraphs of this poem by Mr. Vender Alexander Gray.
Absolutely.
And yes, it's called American History. And I just want to paraphrase this because father and son, mother and daughter, father and family, father without family, family without father, all of these mixtures are happening in this whole scenario, but it had to come from somewhere, especially in our culture. American history. They crossed the borders They crossed a body of water in their little ships. Gangsters, outlaws, and various misfits. They finally reached the land, already occupied, a fact they discovered they seemed to deny. Now, the people here didn't own the land. You see, possession was not part of their plan, rather, a gift from the Great Spirit for them to use, to be honored, respected, and never abused. But the visitors had quite a different plan. With their might is right, they would tame the land. So, after they dug in and established their post, they murdered their way from coast to coast. I'm going to end it there. It's just setting up the understanding of how the country was established, and then the dynasties began to be built because the government was giving land away. It was like, okay, we're going to give you this land because it don't belong to us anyway. It don't belong to anybody, even though these people are already here. So we just going to give you the land. You do whatever you want to do. You build these empires based on government money, and then you keep other people out. So in terms of what we do, because back to father and son, it's understanding that root. How do we get back to that root and start tying those knots together and moving forward? And this is why, even to the many people that are watching this, as a son, I told you, I think it's about a year ago, I said, you're going to be my coach. Your discipline is strong. Your attitude is right. Your movements are thoughtful. And the understanding of where it's got to go, in my understanding, this is a rough road. But you keep driving. Solutions over situations. That's my part right there.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. You know, the listeners, you get a chance to get, I was getting this kind of science, this kind of wisdom, 8, 9, 10 years old. This stuff will go over your head real deep. You got to come back and understand, like, what was he talking about? The amazing part of all of it is that what you told me was a teacher will only appear when the student is ready. You would hit me with some wisdom. You can't take that at 7, 8 years old. You try to figure out what's going on. But that's exactly the standard or the foundation that we got to be setting for our children. And it doesn't not just the children. Same thing for the community. Same thing for your business. Same thing for anything. You don't understand what you don't understand until you understand it.
That's correct.
I mean, somebody's going to catch that one right there. I think that's about as simple as it is, right? That's why we've got a lot of opinions about what should happen, how it should happen, because most times we haven't experienced it happening internally where how someone should deal with something. You've been amazing in making a difference in the community. I've been able to watch from right there, having not to look off my front porch, out my room, or whatever the case is, right in my home. An amazing leader to make a difference in our community. I was always proud to be in the community, running into people that knew my dad. And to say that we all get to make choices and decisions of which routes we get to take. You, sir, been a business owner. You've helped people in the politics. You've been connected to other entities, nonprofits, community sector, music, everything. And in between, we'd like to call you behind your back there a little bit, the mayor of Pasadena, as quiet as it's kept, man. You're the man. You're absolutely the man, humble. We've been talking on a major point of personal development, yes, and ownership. And in this time, home-based business ownership is what they're calling it. But we like to look at it as home-based profit centers, because we may be working. You may also own a business. You may also do a few other things. So your home has now become a business. What do you think about the turn of events and the mentality it takes to really take advantage of the home business ownership model?
Here's what I'd like to share. I would like to share some of your creative commercials I call vignettes, because I want people to get settled in because what's getting ready to happen, the information we get ready to share is amazing, and I want people to pay attention. So, but I want them to see the creativity and the support that we have from our partners in success. So if you'd run some of those, and then we'll come back to complete that, I think that would be a good idea.
Absolutely. We see Racket right on the other side there. Stand by. And we're going to go, as you said, let's talk about a few of our partners and success. And as Mr. Owens just opened the door for, we are here to market, brand, and help you take your business to the next level. Check out a little bit about what we do.
Sting your brand with Insta Stinger.
Hi, my name is KeJohnna Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level. Yes, we are. We are looking forward to taking your business to the next level. My main man, Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens, is getting ready to close out there. Let's talk about that home ownership, home-based profit center, and the smart move of today is being able to operate from home, Zoom in the other room, as you will.
Yeah, Zoom in the other room. I want to take you back, even in our conversation where I really started with the history. And the history, of course, in communication has been that to the telegraph, to the telephone. People call this device still, older people call it a telephone, but the younger folks call it a device. the transition from brick and mortar, building all these stores and all of that, to click and order, because now you don't need a big restaurant, you need a good kitchen, and those people are picking up and delivering packages. This interesting time that we've come in has exposed and developed certain aspects of our life. And if we don't transition, and I see what I see is that the baby boomers have always been in front of pushing everything in a wave. The Gen Z, the youngsters, 18, it's like, why even think about a job when I need to think about how I can create revenue here? Because they showed you right immediately, we'll pay you to stay at home and still be on employment. Well, if they say you could stay home and be productive and pay you for being employed, then you could be home and develop your own home-based profit center. I want you to talk something about that, because that's where we are right now. And the systems are the solution. And in fact, it is what you say, and that's why you're my coach. It is solutions over situations. Talk to me, sir.
Well, this is the deal. We've been working, conditioned to go to school, get a good job, get good grades, get a good job, retire, and live the life. You've experienced that. You know the processes of it. That model is even gone. So that's a dinosaur model that's still being taught. So the mission is to share information that people get to assess to make a decision that was smart for them in their home. If you have a product or a service or anything that you feel valuable for, it's simply, how do I put myself in position like Warren Buffett said? Don't hear it from me. This is what he said. I listen to Will. If you use it and you understand it, you should own it. What you like to do is a hobby, but what other people like to do is a business. Find a way to put yourself in position to help solve problems, find a hurt and heal it, find a need and feel it. Those type of tenets right there, and put yourself in position now in e-commerce around the world, where the t-shirts there's an unlimited amount of resources that you can create. And then they've got additional resources where they've got personal development programs that happen to have high-level compensation plans attached to them. So network marketing.
Yeah.
The company just simply says that we're not going to put the information on a TV to market and advertise and pay millions and millions of dollars to advertise on TV to get somebody to go online. And as you said, click and order. What we're going to do is we're going to create a company that allows people like you and I, from the comfort of our homes, to operate the same business. And we are now the word of mouth advertisers, and they pay handsomely that millions and millions of dollars to the field to do that for the company. And what part of that we can earn is up on the work that we apply to the faith that we have. I wanted to tie that all back in, because it's not to sign up to anything, it's to sign in. We learned at work how to be administrative, send that email, make that call. You know, you get to work at 9 o'clock. When you get to work at 9 o'clock, you get to work at 9 o'clock. And that's the pay. You tap in, chime in, 9 o'clock. But most times take a coffee break real quick, right? All those kind of things sometimes. But now we get to apply that work, though, that we had at work, the tools, the CRM, customer relations management system, to your own home-based business, taxes. Talk to your tax provider about how it works, right? Get the information and apply that same work ethic for work that you're never late, you're always on time, you come early, you stay late. Apply that to yourself. And we're looking forward to a movement in home-based profit centers. And if that's something that intrigues you, love to talk to you. Check us out. Give me a call. Send me a text. Need to know more. 909-686-1698. That's 909-686-1698. Like to know more. Mr. Owens.
That's
man, my God. The DNA of the grind. He called me the grindologist one day and it just took off. I said, you know what? I have that. I won't stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep driving. I don't care who says no. It doesn't matter who didn't come. They said they was going to call back. The other guy said he was going to do it, but he didn't show up. The other guy paid the money to join the company, but never did even come and never seen and heard from him again. Just threw the money away. Blame the company. But guess what? We get to get up and get it. And I thank you for applying that type of principle in me in my life to where when you're in the gumbo and making the roux, it takes that time to come out, man. I feel really confident in the gumbo that you put into my life and the man that I become. And I thank you in flowers while you're alive, Mr. Owens. Any last thoughts and comments that you would have to share with the people?
Well, that's the very reason that you are my coach at this point. When you get it, I think you said it earlier in the program, when the student is ready to teach your peers. So, it's not in reverse, it's in continuation, it's in the process. And you're absolutely correct. Home base profit centers. Think about that. It's all about basically getting the understanding, education, and awareness, and zoom from the other room. And if you like it, let's own it. And if you own it, let's go to work. Contact KeJohnna at that number. Contact me. I'm Roscoe Lee Owens, 626-798-6848. If I don't salute you, we are in the jazz zone because that's what we do. Have fun doing what we do through the opportunity of Success Express. Our marketing solutions are awesome. KeJohnna phrased it, cultivating more business for businesses. Thank you.
It's called a mute button. It's called a mute button, right? And flowers while you're live, Mr. Roscoe Leo, my daddy, DNA the grind. I appreciate you for the value you bring. And those of you out there get to share a little bit of the culture that I was raised up in with the decisions of choice. That's what the thing is. God gave us all free will. You get to choose. I get to choose whether I'm going to get up and wear a tank top on this show or not do the show or not help the people or not shave or kind of give a half effort. I get to decide what kind of effort, what kind of person I'm going to be. And Mr. Donald Bradley, founder, president of Planet Marketing, amazing leader. This what you do, one thing you do the same thing all the time. I will let him say it. Amazing though. What you do, the thing you do anyway, one thing you do, the day you do it, it was the way you do everything. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. That's the way he says it. And that's amazing right there. Had to get that into me. Amazing day. Succeed on purpose. Get out there and win. You get to. You don't have to. You can turn around right now and not go to that place if you don't want to. You have to be cognizant of what you want to do with your life. But hey, it's the grind. It's Friday. Make it happen for yourself. Have a great weekend. We see you next week. God bless.